Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to talk about the weather health report for April 13th, 2026. We do keep additional graphics available at tpatw.com. We also maintain a patient weather storefront on Amazon. Amazon purchases made through our storefront do support the activities of patient weather. Looking at the surface map for Monday, we have high pressure dominating the southeast, but lots of unsettled weather with the low pressure center over Utah, unsettled weather stretching across the Rockies, across the Four Corners, and up to portions of the Pacific Northwest. A meandering but almost stationary front stretches all the way from Montana through South Dakota to the upper reaches of Michigan and on into southeastern Canada. Lots of unsettled weather across that upper third of the nation. And we have some unsettled weather trying to push up through the plains as we have warming southwesterly flow pushing up into the plains and probably triggering lots of thundershower activity. Looking at our vitality index, which is that measure of the areas where there will be a significant impact on human health, and you can see we have a significant area in the Pacific Northwest. We do have some unsettled activity here in the Great Basin and the Four Corners. We have some activity stretching from the southern plains clear on up to North Dakota. We have a little bit of activity going on here in the northernmost reaches right along the border above the lakes, and then lots of unsettled weather here in the New England states. Looking at the change in pressure, we have rising pressure here from Northern California across Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. We have rising pressure here along the Canadian border from Minnesota across Wisconsin and the Michigan Upper Peninsula and Upper Michigan itself. But we have falling pressure stretching all the way from eastern Virginia across eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, and almost all of the New England states. Looking at temperature change, nice warming trend looks to be continuing for the east, especially here about the middle Mississippi Valley and in New England. But we do have some cooler temperatures here where that meandering front just tends to linger right along the Canadian border. Looking at the change in dew point, the only significant issue that is different than we could already adjust is that we do see a lot of increasing dew point temperatures here in the Four Corners and increasing dew point temperatures in New England, and the vapor pressure map just confirms that pattern. The instability index or lifted index, which is a measure of the risk for showers and thunder showers, and you can see it is flowing with those southerly winds all the way from Texas clear on up, especially into Kansas and touching even Nebraska into Iowa. Looking at the change in oxygen availability, you can see that we have the stresses of migraine along the westernmost portions of Oregon through all of Washington and Idaho, picking up and moving across into Wyoming, north through North Dakota, and then across through upper Minnesota, Wisconsin, and up to uppermost Michigan. Note we also have a migraine stress risk here in Southern California and the westernmost portions of Arizona, and a bit just hanging about here, the westernmost portions of New Mexico. We have a asthma or arthritis risk here in the middle Mississippi Valley, Missouri, Iowa, and Illinois, and a more significant area of asthma and arthritis up the eastern seaboard from eastern North Carolina across eastern Virginia, all the way through Maryland, Pennsylvania, New York, and then all of New England, and especially significant from New Jersey up into Connecticut, Massachusetts, and picking up in Maine. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Your comments are appreciated. And if you heard